All right, look. Peep this. I know this is random, like cheaters exposed on paternity court, but it just seems so fucking interesting and it's different. Like, I'm tired of reacting to the same shit. But this is different, like, for me. It's only 14 minutes for me. But it's different. So I want to react to some shit like this for me. So this is what we gonna react to for me. But if anybody new, for me, like and subscribe, comment, show some love to a nigga, you know what I mean? And yeah.
Cheaters exposed on paternity court.
And we started sexting, and I would hide it. We would send messages on Facebook. I'd drop my son off at the babysitter's. I would tell my husband I was going somewhere else. We would meet up. We met in his driveway, a hotel. I mean, we had sex, and it was what I wanted sexually. And I was so excited because this guy gave me what I wanted.
Miss Chappell is a married woman who admitted to having an affair.
That's all a bitch gotta say for people to feel bad or something, or give her a little leniency when she just say, he gave me everything that I wanted. Now, you as a nigga, you as a man, they gonna be like, oh, you should have been giving her what she wants. This is why women cheat. All this fuckery. No. That's crazy. Whatever.
And was now questioning the paternity of her 5-month-old daughter. Mr. Chappell was a loving man who was heartbroken by his wife's unfaithful actions.
So, Mr. Chappell, you say you were elated when your wife told you she was pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then that joy turned to pain when she revealed that you may not be her baby's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
You admit you'll be heartbroken if today's test results prove your wife's lover is in fact the child's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
I guess you're gonna be heartbroken, brother.
This woman spent no time playing the victim
His
card
brother's
and told
gonna
the
be
courtroom that she grew up without knowing who her father was and how it affected her. What makes no sense is that people like her are what caused these issues in the first place.
Hurt me when I grew up not knowing who my dad was. And finding out when I was younger like that, it really tore me apart. My daughter
so we supposed to give a fuck?
doesn't deserve that. She deserves to know.
This whole mess.
The crowd really said, oh.
My daughter doesn't deserve that. She deserves to know.
Dick.
This whole mess started when the two met at a high school football game. Their relationship definitely developed a little too fast, and throughout the entire relationship, Miss Chappell had the wrong priorities.
A minute and 30 seconds, y'all got
4
me
months
fucked
later,
up
we got
already.
married on Valentine's Day. We had a son together, probably about a year later. I started getting bored with our sex life. I kept telling him and telling him and telling him. I said I wanted to change it.
No, it takes 2 people.
Well, if I tell you that we needed to change it, we needed to change it because I wasn't happy sexually.
I'm working 40 hours a week. I'm trying to provide for you and my son.
Miss Chappell flat out admitted that she wasn't satisfied by her partner's intimacy and stated that this was the main reason why she cheated on her husband.
See what I'm saying now? So it's like when they say that, now everybody got their eyes on you like, damn, bro, you're not fucking her good enough. You're not this and that and third. You're not. When that could not even be the reason. She could just be saying that just so she got something to fall back on or so she don't look so bad. That could not even be the reason why she did it. She could just literally like the nigga more than you.
Mr. Chappell worked 4 times a week to provide for her, and in return, she does this.
He wasn't scared to go in there and jerk my clothes off and say, I want you like this. I want somebody to take control over me like that. I want that in my sex life, and I should be able to experience that with my husband, but we don't. He never wanted to change nothing. I have the calendar to show.
And that's where you fucking up at. I know this is my like 100 pause. That's where you fucking up at. You comparing the sex with your sneaky link and your man. When obviously the nigga that's sneaking gonna fuck you better because that's what y'all doing. Like, that's all y'all got. Like, that's what y'all doing. Y'all sneaking around and fucking. So why would he fuck that up? Of course he gonna go crazy. This is your man. Of course he's more comfortable. He probably not gonna give you dick all the time. He's working like he said. Like, come on. Like, bitches don't think. But it's always what they want.
So I had sex with both of them on the same day at one point.
Yeah.
Okay.
This woman had
Same
intimate
day?
relations with 2 men on the same day. There definitely was a major
This bitch got a transfer train. That's what we call it. Like, if you fuck 2 niggas on the same day, and it was only like hour apart or something, or 2 hours, like, I ain't gonna even get to all that.
reason to question who the father was. Worst of all, She had all these intimate relations done irresponsibly.
I got pregnant.
Were you having protected sex with the gentleman?
It was always unprotected sex. I figured he would pull out, but he never did. And I would tell him constantly, I don't want to get pregnant, I don't want to get pregnant, and he would never listen to me.
This woman is genuinely one of the most insufferable people on paternity court. Mr. Chappell was horrified to hear her wife talk about another man like this. She would then play the victim card again.
And I'm sorry, but I kept telling you and kept telling you.
Yeah, but unprotected sex, you could have gave me something. You know, there's stuff out there you could have caught.
Word.
There's more of it than being pregnant. You could have caught something and gave it to me.
Mr. Chappell had zero clue about her wife cheating on him for a long time since he was always busy working. When he found out that Miss Chappell was pregnant, he was ecstatic and supported Miss Chappell throughout the entire process.
You support her through the entire pregnancy?
Yes.
You go to doctor's visits?
Yes.
We tried to invite the other guy at first to
What?
the
I'm sorry.
He was okay with it at first.
Yo,
and I told him, I said, you know, this guy kept making excuses not to show up.
When Mr. Chappell found out that there was a possibility he wasn't the father, he rightfully kicked Miss Chappell out of his house. She then seriously called herself an honest person after all she did.
How do you think it's going to make me feel that, you know, she's pregnant by possible with another man? You know, how do you think it's going to make me feel?
But I made a mistake, and you shouldn't judge me for that if I'm honest with you.
Mr. Chappell was absolutely heartbroken by this entire situation. The other man she had an affair with wanted nothing to do with the baby, so the stakes were extremely high. The DNA results were in.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Chappell, you
Are not.
are not her
I knew
biological
it.
father.
What'd you
Damn.
do this for?
Yo, look at the bitches in the back.
For?
She fake wanna laugh. That girl right there fake wanna laugh.
I'm so sorry.
Yo, when niggas is hurt, bitches don't care, bro. Nobody cares. Like, men don't care when men are hurt. Women don't care when men are hurt. Nobody cares. Probably your kid, probably. If they old enough to understand. Your parents, I don't really know too much about them. They don't, depends on what kind of parents you got, but nobody really give a fuck if you a guy and you hurt. Right? You better just suck that shit up. Like, but I know he can't suck this up right here cause like something like that, like, come on, bro.
Miss Lassio was in paternity court to prove that the defendant, Mr. Abbott, is the father of her 7-month-old daughter. What didn't make sense was that Miss Lassio literally cheated on Mr. Abbott.
I'm here today to save our family. I'm here today to show Jacob that he is the father of our 7-month-old daughter, Aubrey. That I've made a mistake, but I know he is the father of Aubrey. Our relationship has been very bumpy. Jacob has no trust in me at all.
This woman definitely lacks some brain cells. She admitted to cheating on her husband and then wondered why her husband didn't trust her. Mr. Abbott was ready to leave this woman as he had no interest in raising a baby that isn't his.
My truck, I was ready to go. This courtroom, calling her has actually saved us as of right now. And I need the results of this paternity today to find out if Aubrey is my daughter. Because if she's not, I'm gone. I am gone.
When Mr. Abbott found out that Miss Lassio was pregnant, they
should.
seemed happy, but eventually Miss Lassio couldn't handle the guilt and told Mr. Abbott about her affair. What's worse is that she had intimate relations with both men on the same day.
Oh my
Right
god.
when she got her first ultrasound.
Yo, what's up with bitches fucking 2 niggas on the same day? Like, bro, and this is why you can't eat bitches out and all of that other shit. Like, even when it be coming down to your girl, feel me? She'll fuck the other nigga earlier and then come fuck you. You supposed to eat that out, bro? And that be raw? What I'm saying, bro.
She found out the conception date, and it was Easter, and she slept with him and me that Easter weekend.
All right, so Ms. Lassio, how did you end up with another man? You say you made a mistake, but how?
Jacob and I had just recently gotten back together. We were on like a little break.
Miss Lassio would pathetically attempt to justify this by explaining how she had a massive argument with Mr. Abbott on Easter weekend. As a result, she reached out to another guy whom she had intimate relations with.
Your Honor, she also cheated on me with him a year ago and kept it a secret. And thankfully for my friend telling me, if he would have never told me, I still wouldn't know to this day. She sat there and lied to me the whole time, saying she didn't do anything. There's nothing to worry about.
Miss Lassio literally cheated on Mr. Abbott multiple times, and it makes sense why he had serious doubts. These instances of cheating would cause a massive rift in their relationship where there was zero trust.
And after that, Jacob started with always thinking I was cheating, always thinking I was up to no good, always just automatically assuming like, oh, if you're here, what are you doing here? Oh, it's GPS on your phone says you're here, because he's always had a GPS tracker on my phone.
Mr. Abbott had a very good relationship with the baby and fulfilled his role as a dad. Miss Lassio would point this out in order to prove that Mr. Abbott was the father, and to be honest,
she don't want him, bro. It's something that he got. It's something. Cause like if she really fucked with boy and felt like she had the best guy, bro, and you got kids with him, and it's so easy for you to just go fuck another guy when y'all get into an argument, like this bitch don't want you, bro. There's no way, bro.
it was a weak argument.
The way that Jake is with her, I believe that's only something a father and daughter can have. I know there's step-parents out there that have great relationships with their children, but the bond that they have together, when he walks in the room, the way that she crawls after him first, the way that she'll throw a fit until her dad will look down at her and pick her up.
Duh! She think that's her fucking dad. A kid would do that with any man that they were born and raised around. Like, the fuck? If the other nigga was around and he wasn't, you do that with the other nigga. It doesn't matter.
It's not something a step-parent or anyone in the world can have.
Mr. Abbott genuinely loved the baby, and despite the extreme doubts, he was there for her throughout everything. Mr. Abbott works every day to provide for the baby, and Miss Lassio acknowledged this.
I feed her, I change her diapers, I'm there.
This is why she's with you.
Every minute I'm not at work, I'm there with Aubrey and the rest of our family.
And with our son as well.
And you have an older son that's not Mr. Abbott's biological child.
No.
Mr. Abbott was very loving, but he was still aware about the possibility he wasn't the father. He was there during the entire pregnancy, but when it came time to sign the birth certificate, he hesitated.
No, I did not sign the birth certificate. And
You did not?
No, I did not, and that was a very awkward moment because I wasn't sure if Aubrey was mine, and by then we had all known that she had slept with the other guy again. And it was kind of her choice until we got paternity.
Mr. Abbott was just heartbroken by this entire situation, and to make matters worse, the other man wanted nothing to do with the baby and wouldn't be able to provide for it. The stakes were high and DNA results were in.
You are not her.
Woo! Woo! I actually had high hopes.
It's over.
Mr. Jameson had serious...
Holy shit. That bitch is not even crying. She doesn't care.
Mr. Jameson had serious doubts that he was the father of the defendant, Miss Smith's 2 sons. He needed a DNA test in order to remove his name from the birth certificate, which he regretted signing.
I moved in with her probably like 2 weeks after knowing her. And then she kicked me out.
For 3 seconds.
Kicked me out. You know, she said she wanted to mess with her ex. She ain't know where she wanted to go right now. So,
so you moved, you met, and you all were just having a relationship.
Right.
And then how long after that did she kick you out?
I say probably like a month she kicked me out.
Miss Smith cheated on Mr. Jameson with her ex, and eventually, she asked for Mr. Jameson back. Mr. Jameson looked through her phone and found out that she was cheating on him with 2 different men, and even found disturbing text messages.
Because during that text message, she had sex with the dude too on his birthday.
You saw that in the text message?
Yeah. She had sex with him on his birthday.
And this is the same ex?
This is the same ex, yeah.
So, Miss Smith?
Miss Smith was exposed for being a cheater, and as a result, Mr. Jameson did not believe that he was the father. Miss Smith was in denial and tried to convince everyone that Mr. Jameson was the father despite her unfaithful actions.
Both of my kids are his.
She lied about everything. I don't know. I don't know how many guys it could be.
The kids are, it don't even, it's about the kids. They yours.
It's like you're disgusted. What is going on in your mind?
Because
you're admitting to these things, so.
It's true.
She don't understand why the
It is.
She don't understand where the doubt come from, and the reason why is okay.
Miss Smith and Mr. Jameson had an on and off relationship, and every time Miss Smith would cheat on Mr. Jameson, he would always end up coming back to her. Miss Smith would then accuse Mr. Jameson of wanting to escape the responsibilities of a father.
He don't want to man up to his responsibilities, though. As a father of both of my kids, which I know he is the father, he don't want to man up.
It's not about manning up.
It is about manning up.
Kids, you know what I'm saying?
That means financially, physically, all that, Benjamin.
I've been there too. I bought diapers, bought clothes,
How many
toys.
times? How many
it's not
times?
about how many times. I do it when they need it.
Miss Smith seriously had no loyalty and cheated on Mr. Jameson throughout their entire relationship. Mr. Jameson would then describe some of the text messages he found when going through Miss Smith's phone.
Mr. Jameson, you're seeing this and you're saying these are not just flirtatious text messages.
Yeah, you know, sending naked pictures, you know, trying to pose up, do a little posing.
Were you sending naked pictures to men, Miss Smith?
No. I don't even know what he's talking about. I really don't.
Miss Smith would deny everything and still kept telling the court that Mr. Jameson was the father. Mr. Jameson would then submit a calendar keeping track of all the events of the pregnancy.
Right here, July 20th. That's the last, around that last week, that's the last time we had sex.
The baby's due date was June 8th.
June 8th. The baby came 2 months earlier.
I also...
2 months to 2 weeks?
2 months. The baby was born April 16th.
He was premature. That's what it was. He was premature.
The calendar was not lining up with anything Miss Smith was saying. Miss Smith would then claim that she saw Mr. Jameson at a family party and were attempting to have intimate relations with each other.
He got into an altercation with someone, and we was trying to have intercourse around that time, and he couldn't do it.
Trying to happen is not the same thing.
But it did happen. We had to switch positions because your hand was messed up. What are you talking about?
Your Honor,
Yes, it was.
Miss Smith had little to no evidence to back up her claims. Mr. Jameson did not sign the baby's birth certificate, but he was still there to look out for them and take care of them. Regardless, Miss Smith was delusional and firmly believed he was the father.
When the results come back, that you just squash a whole bunch of stuff. I'm tired of going through stuff with you.
Hold on.
You can't. There's no really squashing.
But Miss Smith, let's be honest. I mean, you seem so sick and tired, but the behaviors that led to this, so much of it is you're doing and what you're doing. And
Miss Smith was being a huge hypocrite and was literally complaining about the consequences of her own actions. Miss Smith truly lacks accountability, and then
I hate seeing fat bitches cheat on niggas. Like, who do you think you are? Like, you should not be cheating, bro. Look at her fat ass. Like, you should not be cheating, bro. A bitch that look like this, you should not be cheating. It's crazy.
About the consequences of her own actions. Miss Smith truly lacks accountability and then starts to play the victim card.
Like, I want my family to. We always begin to arguments over little crazy nonsense stuff, and then it just leads right back to
nonsense stuff.
About the kids.
We're too old for the nonsense.
Kid's not mine. Don't call me about the kid.
Bad vibes.
Miss Smith really wanted to have a stable family even after she played Mr. Jameson, but she clearly had problems as she was always lying. The talk was now over, and the DNA results were in, and it was time for the moment of truth.
Mr. Jameson, you are the father.
Come on.
You are the father.
That sucks dick.
I'm relieved. I'm happy.
Fuck that fat bitch, though. Leave her big ass.
Because I'm tired of just going through so much with you. I'm serious, yo.
Fuck up.
We got 2 kids together.
Shut up. Shut up, bitch.
Cheaters exposed.
Shut up. Shut up, bitch. Shut up. I don't want to hear that shit. You did cheat. You a cheater. You a lying ass fat bitch. I don't want to hear that shit. See you on the next video, man. Tomorrow. Oh.